Chris the Nightmare Ariola, and you're watching Mission Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? First, let me give a shout out to one of my subscribers, Roger Kelly. Linked me this article. Where's this from? The nzherald.co.nz. All right. And Anthony Joshua is pretty much saying, I'm not bothered who I face next. All right. Now, let me go ahead and just read what he had to say. And I'm going to leave this article in the description box, too, just in case if you want to read it for yourself and come to your own surmise about it. But when asked if will Joshua's opponents, his previous opponents, all been knocked out. So will his next opponent, will he suffer the same fate as the other 17? Joshua goes on to say, I think so. It's what I train for. It's my job. Anybody can get it. It's heavyweight boxing. Anyone can get it. Anyone is able to get hurt and knocked out. It will be silly of me to say no. What you speak into the universe is what you attract. So I'm going to tell you is, of course, I can knock out any heavyweight in the world. I'll be ready. Eddie Hearn last week said he was struggling to pin down an opponent for Joshua because they were all wanting a fortune to get in the ring. Bulgaria's Kurbatpulev is tipped to get the nod with Parker, set to fight on the undercard and perhaps face Joshua next year. But Joshua is not a constant contact with Hearn to find out the latest. He mentions a name. I'm like, no problem. There's not a lot of talk about it, Joshua said. I'm not like, how does he look? Can we fight this guy? Why don't we? That's not my interest. Eddie, who we fighting? We've got this guy. Okay, cool, no problem. Just get it on with. He's a normal geezer, just like you, just like me. He just has a job to do. He's really a nice guy, business-minded, very intelligent, comes from a good family household. His dad was a promoter. He's done a good job to be part of bringing boxing back to where it is. He's done amazing things. Over the English summer, Joshua worked as a pundit of BBC during the Olympics in Brazil and took inspiration from USA swimmer Michael Phelps, who gave him advice. He has been through a lot, Joshua said, the good and the bad. He's achieved a lot. I spoke to him. He told me to be dedicated. How he approached 2012 was a lot different to how he approached 2016, and you could see the difference in results. Get yourself away and grind. All right. That's the end of the article. So he was talking about Michael Phelps, the swimmer, and that's actually good advice, man. Get away from everything and, go into some type of isolation and just grind. Get your work in. If you're a boxer, get your sparring in, get your road work, hit some weights a little bit just to keep the strength. You know what I mean? And work on your craft, man. Work on your head movement, your footwork, your hand placement. So I understand that. But I like what Josh was saying here, man. Whether you like Joshua or not, or whether you think he can beat every heavyweight or not, I like his attitude. At least from what he's saying. It doesn't matter who he fights. Now, he did take a little heat from another video I did the other day where Joshua came out and said if he were to beat Deontay Wilder, the critics would say that, oh, Wilder is shit. And a lot of fans took that as Joshua having an excuse to when he fights Wilder. And to me, I mean, I can see how some view it like that, but I guess it's, your perception of what he said. To me, I just look at it like what he's saying is we have critics today, man, no matter what you do, just look all around at all the divisions, man. There's guys out here knocking guys out, trying to go undisputed, winning titles, so on and so forth. And people will say, that guy's shit. The people he fights shit. You know what I mean? So Anthony Joshua, would it be different? What would be different for him or Wilder? If Wilder beats Joshua, they're going to say, oh, you beat a prospect. Fans are just looking for something to take away from these guys' victories. That's just the sport, man. That's just how it is. You know what I mean? And I really don't think no champion during his rise was getting the praise that he actually deserved. Go look at some old Larry Holmes fights. When the late 70s going into the early 80s, like 81, 82, look at how the commentary, just listen to the commentary, the American comment, listen to how they were talking about Holmes. Like he was just a watered down version of Ali. He doesn't do this. He doesn't do that. He's this, he's that. You would have thought you were watching somebody that's not really that good. But it took time. And Larry Holmes ended up having a fabulous career. His longevity really stands out to me. And sometimes, it just takes us to stand back a little bit, let some years go by to really appreciate what we have in front of us. Now, this isn't to say that Anthony Joshua is going to go down as the best heavyweight of all time, but I do believe if he continues on this streak this path. This goes for all these guys, not just Joshua, but Wilder, Parker, anybody that's fighting right now. It may take a little while until you get the props you fully deserve. That's just how it is, man. And especially now in this age with the, Facebook and Periscope and Twitter and Instagram and all the different platforms, fans get to voice their opinion even more. Even if the fan's not really educated to the sport, they just, they watch a guy fight 2 or 3 times. They can say the guy's the greatest thing they've ever seen, or they may say this guy's shit, he's the worst champion I've ever seen. You know what I mean? So I like Joshua's attitude, man. He's looking for knockouts. He didn't say I'm going to go in there and go, not use proper technique and just, go in there swinging windmill punches, but he wants to knock people the hell out. And I like that about the heavyweight division. That's why I love it. One shot can get you out of there. So I like what Anthony Joshua had to say in this this interview that he did, man. So I'm going to leave it in the description box. You guys let me know what you think about it. And I'm also hearing in this article that they're going to announce who Joshua is going to fight on September 26th. So they will reveal who the opponent will be. I'm going to stick with Kurbet Pulev, although I know Pulev is the EBU has ordered him to defend that EBU title against Mariusz Wach. And like I said in previous videos, I thought Wach lost to Nascimento in his last fight. Just my opinion. You should watch it on YouTube and tell me what you think about it. But they're going to announce who they're going to fight September 26th. I'm going to roll with Pulev. But I like what Joshua had to say, man. He wants to knock heads off, and he doesn't care who he fights. Just hopefully he keeps the same mindset and mentality with every opponent, whether it's Fury, Wilder, Parker, Klitschko, Ortiz, whoever it is. If you're talking like this right now, I want you to talk like this during the whole duration of your career. But just my opinion on it, man. I'm out.